Hi, my name is Lindsay Cox and I'm a reading specialist. I'm here to discuss literacy with you today. The University of Texas defines literacy as the ability to identify, understand, interpret, create, compute, and communicate using visual, audible, and digital materials across disciplines and in any context. Literacy began around 3000 BCE in Mesopotamia when ancient Sumerians created cuneiform script, the first writing system. Originally, learning to read and write was highly limited until around 1450 when Johannes Gutenberg created the printing press and brought literacy to the masses. In colonial America, it was thought that reading the Bible was required for salvation, so children were taught to read at a young age. In the late 1990s, after years of research, literacy switched from rote memorization to research-based practices. Explicit and systematic phonics instruction is used now along with a student-centered approach. We discussed the history of literacy. Now we will discuss the components of language. There are 7 components of language. Those components include phonological awareness, hearing, identifying and manipulating sounds, rhyming and blending, phonics, the letter-sound relationship, fluency, reading accurately with appropriate expression and speed, vocabulary, knowledge of grade appropriate word meanings, comprehension, understanding what is read, speaking and listening, expressing thoughts and processing spoken language, and reading and writing, decoding and making meaning of communicating ideas through written language. You need each of these components to be a fluid reader and writer, and if one is weak, literacy will be weak. Therefore, it is imperative that explicit instruction is provided in every component. Now that we understand the integration of the components of language and literacy, let's talk about the role of the literacy or reading specialist. When the role was initially created, it was intended primarily as intervention for struggling readers. Now, a literacy specialist role is a lot broader. Reading interventionists are used as collaborators for best practice literacy instruction. They work with teachers and grade groups to model lessons and activities. They analyze data and help teachers and administrators understand what to do with the data. They help schools create literacy plans, basically all things reading and writing. So to finish up, I want to share my vision for literacy instruction in my school. Literacy instruction should be student-centered, research-based, engaging, and responsive. Educators should collaborate to make every student the best reader, writer, and communicator they can be. Foundational skills are explicitly taught, and learners develop critical thinking skills through challenging tasks. Thank you for coming to my discussion today.